Ladies and gentlemen, while we tinker around with the Godfriend's Aeroprakt on a brand new scenery with a brand new aircraft, it sure has been a while since we went through an update on 2024. So let's go over the latest on the marketplace, add-ons, freeware, development, and thank you for tuning in today. I'm Chikmangla. Now the last 2 weeks has been a bit crazy for me. But usually, we have a weekly update on the latest going on at Microsoft Flight Simulator, and subscribing always takes a long way for us. Now before we jump into updates, a quick shout out to Pimax. They're running a fantastic upgrade event throughout the end of the year. If you've owned a VR headset before, you can get up to $100 off on the Crystal Lite or go for the Crystal Super and receive an exclusive bundle with DMAS headphones and prescription lenses worth over $250 combined. All details can be found in a link that's shared in the description below. This video is co-sponsored by Tozo, bringing smart, affordable audio gear that fits perfectly into your everyday life. Big thanks to Tozo for supporting the channel. Let's start with an exciting release this week from Just Flight. Black Square has officially released the Baron Professional and Bonanza Professional for both 2020 and 2024. And these aren't just simple updates of the popular analog steam gauge overhaul line. They're being rebuilt from the ground up as a standalone aircraft with completely new exterior and interior models, deep engine simulations, system behavior that goes far beyond what most GA folks have seen before. Now one of the biggest selling points is the level of technical fidelity. Yes, these aircraft feature custom failure modeling, hot swappable radio stacks, advanced systems logic that closely mirror real-world operations. Now the attention to detail is boosted by an all-new sound package from Boris Soundworks. All of this combines to make what Black Square is calling the most technically advanced aircraft simulations for Microsoft Flight Simulator. By the way, each aircraft package comes with 3 variants in one purchase. Now the Bonanza Professional lineup includes the A36, which is the mid-2000s model, A36TC or the Turbo, and the A36TP, which is a unique turboprop. The Baron Professional gives you 3 variants, B58, turbocharged B58DC, and the B58P Baron, a rare pressurized model from 1985. Now Black Square hasn't cut corners, and each package comes with a 200+ page manual. Continuing with the excitement, it's now Godfriend's and the latest creation of the Aeroprakt A32 Vixen in full form. It's a brand new creation from Godfriend's, and I've been loving this thing since its release last week. A light sport aircraft that invites you to slow down, enjoy the world at your own pace, and we need more and more bush planes. Comes with 4 distinct versions. You can choose between a modern glass cockpit or traditional analog gauges, and then decide if you want standard tires for paved fields or big tundra tires for rough backcountry strips. It's light, agile, and forgiving, and it also rewards you when you take it into more challenging environments. And there's a sense of versatility built into it. Adding to the package is a magnet airfield in Ohio, a real training strip that ties Vixen back to its roots. I like it when it relates to history with this. Like you're not just loading another GA add-on, but stepping into a real community of pilots who actually fly this aircraft every day. At around $25, you're getting 4 aircraft variants and a bonus airfield. And by the way, if you want a cool 10% off of this, check the link for more details. Continuing with aircraft, the Dassault Falcon 50 is edging closer to virtual skies, and Contrail has shared another update on its progress. This brings a fully detailed cabin door with animations along with a refreshed cockpit texture that captures the rough, painted metal finish of the real jet. Now development is also being guided closely by real pilots and mechanics, the aircraft's dynamics and handling in the sim feel true to its real-world counterpart according to the team, and definitely more to follow. The motored parachute has been my favorite in 2024, and I'm curious about this brand new add-on from Fly and Dive Simulations. They've released their first pairware add-on for both 2020 and 2024, a detailed paramotor priced at $10. While new to the pairware scene, Fly and Dive is already known in the community for the Freeware GA aircraft. Now this includes the Smog Stoll, FI-156 Torch, Oster J1 and J2F Duck. Drawing on over 25 years of real-world paramotoring experience, this release brings a carefully tuned fine model with advanced ground and in-air physics, a fully animated pilot, VR support, it's gonna be exciting, and compatibility across both simulator versions, making it a lightweight but a new option for low and slow flying. Let's talk about an interesting tool today. One of the most common features in real-world aviation would be pilot control lighting. By the way, this is just for 2024. Developer Veru Routes has brought a long requested feature. Also known as ARCAL or PAL, this add-on lets simmers realistically activate and adjust airport lighting using a time sequence of microphone clicks over the unicom or CTAP frequency. Just like in real time, 3 clicks set lights to low intensity, 5 for medium, and 7 clicks for high, with the light staying on for 15 minutes. Includes support for over 4,500 airports and heliports worldwide, and even works with online ATC networks via SimConnect. Now before we move to development, ground level speaking, what beautiful airport are we looking at? We now visit the Madeira airport, LPMA in short, for both 2020 and 2024. One of the world's most iconic and challenging airports, and Madeira is famous for its dramatic oceanside setting and runway extension perched on giant concrete pillars, and now we get to experience this fully in the sim. Atelic's version is a handcrafted from the ground up. We get the slope runway with its bridge structure, a highly detailed terminal with model interiors, accurate ground layout, plus plenty of animated touches like windsocks, ground vehicles, and even enhanced vegetation around the hillsides. Flying in at dusk or in tough weather really shows off the new atmosphere and lighting, while performance stays smooth and thanks to careful optimization. Details of this beautiful add-on can be found in the description, plus a discount code. What's new in the development world this week? I think it's plenty. We all know by now how Sim Update Beta has been ongoing. Now the latest build, 1.6.19.0 has been out. Now Sim Update 4 is a big one because it goes beyond adding new planes or scenery, it's about making the sim itself run smoother and more stable. About half a dozen builds so far in the beta. The first build, the very first one, introduced a wave of optimizations and bug fixes. It improved grass rendering, reduced status at airports, and added vibration feedback for hardware like air and afterburners. The second one, in September 10th, zeroed in on stability, especially around flight loading. A major fix prevented infinite loading loops when switching between package-enabled and disabled scenery. It also corrected stutters in ATC and traffic and fixed several other issues. Build 1.6.7.0, in September 18th, it was a bigger leap forward, and this build overhauled the renderer and terrain engine to improve performance across the board. Crashes tied to the weather panel and aircraft tools were resolved, and night lighting was improved for more visuals, meaning realistic visuals, and community feedback was strong. Following up with this, on October 7th, we got build 1.6.13.0. This mid-cycle build, to call it, focused on incremental fixes. With continued refinements to stability and visuals, it wasn't a transformative fix, but addressed smaller annoyances and polished systems. The build what we received 2 weeks ago focused on fine-tuning, which is 1.6.15.0. Ocean tiles flashing white on the world map were fixed, tessellation issues causing FPS drops on terrain skirts were resolved, and crashes tied to the atmospheric cache and missing audio devices. The latest build, 1.6.19.0, continues to grow stronger, tightening things further, cleaning up edge case bugs. This also includes multiplayer traffic, mission tutorial overlaps, plus solving photogrammetry crashes in dense city areas. This release is less about raw performance and more about stability and polish. Hopefully the final build will be a stronger one and more to follow. By the way, before we move to freeware, we've been tinkering with Desktop Pilot's latest set of gear. I've never felt GF flying was this exciting with the right set of gear. So do check out our other videos, and links to these can be found in the description below. Time to share a nice freeware this week, and thanks to the dev Vortex SD. A beautiful scenery in Zambia's Mamwe district, FLMF in short, serving the South Longwa National Park region. Now this package includes detailed 3D models, realistic night lighting, animations of people, cars, and even wildlife, reflecting the real-world caution needed at this airport where animals sometimes can cross the runway. It has a 4-star community rating, about almost 1500 downloads, and was last updated roughly 20 days ago. So to get the full experience for this, you need extra object libraries like animated human 3D models, scenery objects that can be found when you check the freeware link. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's been a true pleasure. Do stay tuned for future updates, and in the meanwhile, happy flying.